Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. Once again, welcome Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. This lecture is for grade second year Pakistan Studies, and today we will start next chapter, chapter 2, and this is your 7th lecture. Chapter 2, Initial Problems of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Initial problems of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Problems we will discuss today. In the previous chapter, we discuss all the history, how the Muslims of India and the leaders, different leaders, especially Quaid-e-Azam, they work hard and how they sacrifice for the creation of Pakistan. We discuss in detail each and every event. After the creation of Pakistan, what kind of problems Pakistan faced in this chapter we will discuss. It was not easy task achievement of Pakistan, and after the achievement of Pakistan, what kind of problems and challenges Pakistan has to faced we will discuss in this chapter. First we will discuss background, what was the background, the division plan, and how it was divided, how the partition plan was implemented. Under the 3rd June plan, we discuss in detail in the previous chapter. 3rd June plan, also we call division plan. Provisional assemblies, they were given the authority or the right. They will decide it. They wanted to be the part of Pakistan or India. Overwhelming majority, very great majority of the members in the Punjab and Bengal assemblies, you know that these were the Muslims majority area, and they decided to be the part of Pakistan. And since members of non-Muslims majority district in these provinces voted the partition of their respective provinces, they wanted separate commissions and also for the demarcation of the boundaries in the two provinces. 30th June 1947, with Cyril Radcliffe, a British lawyer, as a joint chairman of the both commission. For this purpose, demarcation of the boundaries. For this purpose, an Englishman, Sir Cyril Radcliffe, came to India from the British government, and he was the British lawyer, and he was the head of the Boundary Commission. It can be asked in MCQs who was the head of the Boundary Commission. Sir Cyril Radcliffe was the head of the Boundary Commission. Partition was conducted in a way which manifested net bias and injustice toward the Muslims. Quaid-e-Azam had proposed that the task of demarcation should be done fairly and entrusted either to an impartial commission appointed by the United Nations or the member of the British Privy Council. This suggestion was from the Quaid-e-Azam that it should be demarcation should be done under these United Nations or the British Privy Council, or to the member of the British Privy Council, it should be done. The proposal was turned down to the British government. Viceroy Lord Mountbatten, he was the last Viceroy of India. I told you also in the previous chapter who was the last Viceroy of India. Lord Mountbatten, he was the last Viceroy of India, and one thing that he was the close friend of the Hindu leaders and the Congress leadership. He had very close relations with the Congress leadership, and he wanted to give favor and sympathizer of the Congress point of view. The person he selected for demarcation of the boundaries had little knowledge. Cyril Radcliffe came to India a very first time. Before this, he didn't come to India, and he was not aware the situation of the India between the Hindus and the Muslims. This was the first time this person, Sir Cyril Radcliffe, came to India. Before this, he didn't come to India. So this the person he selected for demarcation of boundaries had little knowledge for the condition prevailing in the subcontinent. He had never set foot on the Indian soil before this time. Mountbatten had done this intentionally because he wanted to give favor India. In Cyril Radcliffe, he found the most suitable person for this purpose. The Muslim League, Muslims political party, did not favor the partition of the provinces. He was not in favor that the partition should be divided, but if at all it was inevitable, it would have been carried out in the light of the principles stipulated by Mountbatten himself at the time he had announced the 3rd June plan, and he said that Gurdaspur, Firozpur, Tehsil of Zira and Fazilka will form part of Pakistan. These were the Muslims majority area, and clearly Mountbatten himself had announced that this should be the part of Pakistan. Radcliffe Award and its injustice. Now we will discuss Radcliffe Award and injustice. This is your exercise first long question. This is your first exercise long question. You can mark it now. Give an account of the injustice done by the Radcliffe on the issue of demarcation of boundaries. How did Pakistan suffer due to these injustice? This is your first long question, and you will write all this topic: Radcliffe Award and its injustice. It was provided in June 3rd plan that as soon as the legislature of Punjab and Bengal decided in favor of partition, a boundary commission should be set up to demarcate the boundaries. Since the legislature of Bengal and Punjab had voted in favor of partition, boundary commission was set up for Punjab and Bengal under the chairman of Sir Cyril Radcliffe, a prominent lawyer of London. Radcliffe announced his award on the demarcation of the boundaries on August 7, 1947. Following provisions of the awards were unjust from Pakistan's point of view. Why we called it injustice? Because many Muslims majority area on that time, they wanted to be the part of Pakistan, but suddenly when this plan was announced, they were given to India. Flouting the pronounced partition principles in the Punjab, Gurdaspur and Firozpur district and Zira and Fazilka Tehsil were given to India. In the eastern part, the city of Calcutta district of Murshidabad and Nadia areas were annexed with India without any justification. On all these areas, Pakistan had a claim as its natural part under the partition norms. I told you in these areas, Gurdaspur, Firozpur, Zira, Fazilka, these areas, they were given to India, but they wanted to be the part of Pakistan, and the Muslims were in majority. And also Mountbatten himself, at the time, he had announced in 3rd June plan that it will be given to Pakistan. Radcliffe had finalized his task up till August 8, 1947. A member of the Boundary Commission, Justice Muhammad Munir, later disclosed that in his original plan, Radcliffe had agreed to include Firozpur Zira, a part of Tehsil Fazilka, and the Firozpur headworks in Pakistan. But surprisingly, when the award was announced, it was changed, and when it was announced 17 August 1947, and all these areas went to Indian share, of course, for whose insistence? Mountbatten insistence. I told you the history, because Mountbatten was the close friend of Hindu leaders and he wanted to give favor India. And a very last movement, when this award or this partition plan was announced and these areas they wanted to be the part of Pakistan, it was given to India, and all this was done Mountbatten insistence. Apart from these areas, the Pakistan Times indicated injustice done in certain areas. For example, Tehsil Batala was a 55% Muslim majority. The city of Batala had a nice industrial base, mainly dominated by Muslim industrialists. Similarly, Tehsil Ajnala and the Amritsar district had 60% Muslim majority. All these areas, they were given to India. These areas, Tehsil Batala, 55% Muslim majority, and Tehsil Amritsar and Tehsil Ajnala, 60% Muslim majority. They wanted to be the part of Pakistan, but they were also given to India. Results of the injustice done in the partition. First, Kashmir issue, first seed of Kashmir problem that was sown by the Radcliffe Award. Inclusion of Gurdaspur gave India an access to Kashmir, the only land route, and we have discussed now that the Gurdaspur wanted to be the part of Pakistan, but it was given to India, and that was the only land route that connected India with Kashmir, passed through Pathankot, a tehsil of district Gurdaspur. If Gurdaspur were not given part of India, there would be no land access for India to reach Kashmir. So we can say that this issue was started at the start of partition, when it was partition plan was announced, and these areas were given to India, the first seed of Kashmir problem that was sown by Radcliffe. The fate of Calcutta. Calcutta was the largest industrial city in India. Population of the city contained 25% Muslim and 60% outcast Hindus. Achut wanted their city to be included in Pakistan. Radcliffe gave the city to India against the will of the citizen of Calcutta. Calcutta was the industrial city, most important city in India, and 60% there are living Hindu, but they wanted to this area be part of Pakistan, but also it was given to India. Problems created by migration. Decision of partitioning the Punjab was sudden and unexpected. Large number of the Muslims had to be evacuated from the East Punjab, for which no arrangement had been made. On their way of Pakistan, hundreds of thousands of refugees, you know that the many refugees, they migrated from the Pakistan to India and India to Pakistan. But in this, thousands of refugees were attacked, maltreated, and assassinated by the Sikh militant, and this blood-drenched migration brought untold misery, sorrow, and created innumerable economic and cultural problem. We will discuss after the migration problem in the coming topic, problems of the newborn state of Pakistan. After the migration, a lot of problem created for Pakistan, and first we will discuss administrative problem. What kind of administrative problem Pakistan has to face? A lot of problem Pakistan has to face. You know, the Pakistan was established as the fifth most populous and biggest Muslim state on 40th August 1947. Lord Mountbatten, the Viceroy, last Viceroy of United India, came to Karachi to hand over power to the first Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Lord Mountbatten addressed the assembly and briefly highlighted the events which had led to the creation of Pakistan as an independent and sovereign state. Quaid-e-Azam paid his immediate attention towards setting up of the administrative machinery. He became the first Governor General of Pakistan. He had full authority on civil as well as armed forces of Pakistan. He formed his cabinet with Liaquat Ali Khan, you know, as the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. Karachi was made the capital of Pakistan. Special arrangements were made to bring officials who had opted for Pakistan. And Quaid-e-Azam took a number of steps to overcome the administrative problems of the newly state. Central Secretariat was established at Karachi. Government officials began working with zeal and zest and sentiments of sacrifice. The situation that was totally, what we will say, a lot of problems, and there was no office equipment, no furniture, no official record, no stationery to pull the official routine. Government officials, full with national sentiments, did not care all these problems and set to face the challenge under the dynamic leadership of the Quaid-e-Azam. Pakistan had to face administrative problem in her early days. Most of the government functionaries and senior officers serving in the army were Hindus. You know that before the partition, mostly the seats, they were under Hindus, and who migrated to India after the partition was announced. They had to be replaced with raw and unexperienced functionaries. British officers were employed due to non-availability of the Muslims army officers. Most of the officers, including the army chiefs, they were Englishmen. And same was the case with the high executive officers and senior bureaucracy like governor, chief secretaries. Enormous problems were created by the non-Pakistani officers. For example, Quaid-e-Azam ordered the commander-in-chief to deploy Pakistan army in Kashmir, but he declined to obey his order, and he did not obey Quaid-e-Azam order. What was the reason? Because all the chief secretaries, all these seats, they maybe they were Hindus or the British. And after the creation of Pakistan, when Quaid-e-Azam ordered the commander-in-chief, he was an Englishman, but he declined his order. The city of Karachi was made the capital of Pakistan. The city lacked even the most essential facilities required for the running of the government offices. There were no proper buildings or places for the office. Offices were set up in military barracks and tents. The Indian government withheld Pakistan's share of stationery item, office equipment. Even paper was not available for office use. The Hindu functionaries spoiled the office record before leaving Pakistan. When the Hindus functionaries they were going to their own country, India, they burned and they spoiled all the office record before leaving Pakistan. Extremists spoiled the office record when it was being transferred to Pakistan from India. You know that the Hindus' role we discussed also the before the creation of Pakistan and after the creation of Pakistan, when they were going to their own country and leaving the Pakistan, they burned, they spoiled all the records, and they wanted and they always looked for opportunities to create problems for the newly born state of Pakistan. The Hindu functionaries spoiled the office record before leaving Pakistan. Extremists spoiled the office record when it was being transferred to Pakistan from India. India refused to rent out his aeroplanes for airlifting to officials who had opted out for Pakistan. British planes had to be hired for airlifting the record and the personnel. Rehabilitation of refugees, this was the great task or a big challenge for Pakistan, newly born state. According to reliable estimates, how many? 5.5 million people migrated from Pakistan to India, and 6.5 million from India to Pakistan. 1 million extra burden on Pakistan economy. 1 million extra people they migrated from India to Pakistan. As a result of a big 1947 exodus. In this way, the already feeble economy of Pakistan was made to bear the burden of 1 million more people. This was not easy task for Pakistan to rehabilitation of all these refugees, but Quaid-e-Azam established a refugee relief fund for this purpose, and rehabilitation of refugees and provisions of basic needs for them was an enormous problem. Quaid-e-Azam handled this problem nicely and established a refugee relief fund, and in this way the problem was soon overcome through the personal effort of the father of the nation and due to the sense of sacrifice exhibited by the people of Pakistan. And Quaid-e-Azam himself looked after the process of rehabilitation and made an appeal to people to contribute generously to this fund. And the previous topic which we did, administrative problem. Also this is your second long question from your exercise. Also mark this answer. Give an account of the administrative problem faced by Pakistan immediately after partition. This is your second long question, page number 31, administrative problems, which we did today. It's enough for today. Thank you, student. Have a nice day.